Students, we are doing our chapter number 8, Cell the Unit of Life, and in previous video I explained you about gram positive and gram negative bacteria, and today I will explain you another topic, that is cell wall. What is cell wall? Cell wall is the additional covering present outside the plasma membrane. It is not present in all kind of cells. Cell wall is present in plant cell, in fungal cell, in bacterial cell, and in algal cell. Algae is also a kind of plant. It is the presence of cell wall which makes the plant cell distinguished from the animal cell. In case of animal cell, cell wall is not present. Their cell membrane is the outermost covering. But in case of plant cell wall is the covering present outside the cell membrane. Now, what is the composition of cell wall of plant cell? It is made up of cellulose, mainly cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, and proteins. In fungal cell, cell wall is made up of chitin. In bacterial cell, as I have discussed already, it is made up of peptidoglycan. It is also known as murine or mucopeptide. Peptidoglycan actually is the polymer of modified sugars, that is N-acetyl glucosamine and N-acetyl muramic acids and proteins. In case of the algae, cell wall is made up of cellulose, glectins, mannans, and minerals. Minerals is calcium carbonate. Now, what is the thickness of the cell wall? It is 0.1 micrometer to 10 micrometer in width. Now, next is the structure of cell wall. Cell wall is the actually non-living permeable structure, and it is very rigid. It provides mechanical strength to the plant, and it also supports its aerial parts. First, before discussing the functions of cell walls, just study the structure of cell wall. Cell wall possesses two regions. One is primary cell wall and second is secondary cell wall. When a younger cell form after division, you can see here is one cell, it will undergo division, and due to the formation of cell plate during cytokinesis, it results into the formation of middle lamella, and inner side of middle lamella, at each side you can see here is the formation of primary wall. It is present in the young cells. It is thin, elastic, and it grows by expansion, and its thickness is 1 to 3 micrometer. Now, as the cells grow in size and mature, then inner to the primary wall, you can see this yellow color, I have shown primary wall. Inner to the primary wall, the wall material, further addition of wall material takes place and results into the formation of secondary wall. This green color structure is the secondary wall. Secondary wall is about 5 to 10 micrometer thick, and it consists three layers. One is S1, S2, S3. This wall material or secondary wall material is formed from the lumen or the cytoplasm of the cell. So secondary wall layers, when it forms, it provides the thickness to the cell, and mostly secondary walls are formed in those cells which form the hard woody parts of the plant. Now you can see here also, it is the transverse section of cell wall, and this is the longitudinal section of the cell wall. This is showing one cell, one side of cell. This is the adjacent cell. So in between these is the middle lamella. This is primary wall. This is primary wall of another cell, and here is the secondary walls of the cell wall. And this middle lamella, it is the structure which is present between the adjacent cell, and it is formed by the combined activity of the both the cells, and it is made up of calcium pectate and magnesium pectate. Now next is the pits. Now, in some of the areas of the cell wall, secondary wall is not continuous. Here, the space is present between the secondary wall, which is known as the pit. So, pit is actually separated from the another cell's pit by a membrane that is known as a pit membrane. It is made up of only, it consists of primary wall and the middle lamella present between the cell. Due to the pit, permeability of the cell wall increases and material can be exchanged between the two cells. So pits can be simple, pits can be bordered. You can see here I have shown the simple pits, and here you can see secondary cell wall is hanging over the pits. So this kind of pits are known as the bordered pit. Now next is the plasmodesmata. What is plasmodesmata? In some of the regions of the cell wall, there is the channels present between the cell wall and middle lamella of the adjacent cells, and because of these channels, material can be passed from one cell to the another cell, and these channels are known as the plasmodesmata. So I have shown here the desmoid tubule. What is desmoid tubule? It is the tubular extension of endoplasmic reticulum of one cell to the other cell so that material can be exchanged between the two cells. So cell wall is the essential part of the plant cell, bacterial cell, and it is responsible for providing mechanical strength. It is responsible for formation of holding the different parts of the plant in exposed condition, and it is also permeable. It allows the material to exchange between the two cells. So next structure is the cell membrane. You all know that cell membrane is the structure which is present in all the prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. It is semi-permeable membrane. It allows the material to move in and out of the cell but selectively. And next thing is it is flexible, and it separates the inner content of the cell from the surrounding. Okay, cell membrane is also known as plasma membrane or plasma lemma. Its thickness is about 70 to 100 angstrom. Now, what is the structure of cell membrane? Number of scientists have given their own model to describe the structure of cell membrane, but most acceptable is the model of the two scientists. One is S.J. Singer and Garth Nicholson. They proposed this model in the year 1972, and this model is known as the fluid mosaic model. We know that we have studied in junior classes that cell membrane is made up of lipids and proteins. Yes, it is made up of lipids and proteins, but some few structures are also present there. One is oligosaccharides and cholesterol. So we will study one by one. First is lipid. What kind of lipid is present in case of cell membrane? That is phospholipid molecule. These phospholipid molecules are present in two layers, and it forms the matrix of the cell membrane. And because of this, cell membrane is fluidy and viscous. It is not hard, it is not solid. Now, phospholipid molecule. One phospholipid molecule, it consists of polar head, which is hydrophilic. It is made up of phosphate group, and it consists of non-polar tails, which is made up of fatty acid chains, and they are hydrophobic. As you can see in this molecule, both polar and non-polar parts or regions are present That is why phospholipid molecule is known as amphipathic molecule. Amphipathic molecules are those kind of molecules which possess both polar and non-polar regions, or we can say hydrophilic and hydrophobic regions. Now next is the protein. So here two kind of proteins are present. One is integral proteins or intrinsic protein, and second is peripheral protein or extrinsic protein, that I will explain in diagram. Next is the oligosaccharides. What are oligosaccharides? Oligosaccharides are the small carbohydrate molecules. They are also associated with the cell membrane. If the carbohydrate molecule is joined with the lipid, then it is known as glycolipid. It is present at the exposed surface of plasma membrane. Glyco means carbohydrate. And if the carbohydrate molecule or oligosaccharide molecule is joined to the protein part of the plasma membrane, then it is known as glycoprotein. Cholesterol is also present in the plasma membrane, and it is embedded in the phospholipid matrix, and it provides stiffness to the or mechanical strength to the plasma membrane. Now the structure of plasma membrane given by the Singer and Nicholson, that is by fluid mosaic model of the plasma membrane. What is according to this model? Here you can see, here the phospholipid molecules are present, and these phospholipid molecules are present in two layers. Mean phospholipid bilayers are present, and they provide the provides the matrix or forms the matrix of the plasma membrane. Here hydrophilic head is directed toward outwards, and non-polar tails or the hydrophobic tails are directed inwards in the matrix. So phospholipid molecule I have already discussed with you, and so here matrix is formed of the phospholipid molecules, and these lipid molecules can exchange their places. They can move in the layer, and which provides the fluidity to the plasma membrane. Now next is the proteins. There are two kind of proteins you can see. Some protein molecules are embedded in the phospholipid bilayer, and some proteins you can see are present at the exposed surface of the plasma membrane. So on the basis of their presence or position in the plasma membrane, there are two kind of proteins. One is integral protein molecule. These are the proteins which are embedded in the phospholipid layer, and they are attracted by the hydrophilic and hydrophobic region of the plasma membrane, so it is very difficult to extract them out of the plasma membrane. As they are embedded in the phospholipid layer, they are known as integral proteins. Now you can see some of the protein molecules are present at the exposed surface of the or the out of the phospholipid matrix. They are known as peripheral protein molecule. As they do not cover whole of the surface, they are present superficially, and we can extract peripheral protein very easily. Now here you can see some proteins are so large in size that they are protruded at both the side of the plasma membrane. Such proteins are known as transmembrane protein or the tunnel proteins. They are responsible for the transport of material which are water soluble. As our plasma membrane is made up of phospholipid molecules, so lipid molecule can be moved easily, but water molecules transportation is difficult, so tunnel proteins are responsible for the movement of water soluble materials. Now glycolipids and glycoproteins. Besides the phospholipid molecule and protein molecules, carbohydrate molecules are also present If the carbohydrate molecule are joined, this carbohydrate molecule or oligosaccharide are branched actually, if they are joined to the lipid part of the plasma membrane, then they are known as glycolipid. And if they are joined to the protein part of the plasma membrane, then they are known as the glycoprotein. And here you can see I have shown here cholesterol as well. It is embedded in the plasma membrane. It is stiffer than the our carbohydrates, so it provides the mechanical strength to the plasma membrane. You can see here in this case phospholipid molecules can exchange their positions. Even the proteins can also move in the layers, so they provide the fluidity to the plasma membrane. Now next thing you can see here, protein molecules are embedded in the phospholipid layer, so it just look like a protein icebergs in the sea of lipids. So it is just a statement, and this was all about the plasma membrane. It is made up of lipids, it is phospholipid, it is made up of proteins, it is made up of carbohydrate molecule, and some amount of cholesterol is also present. Okay.